Well, I think that most of you who watch videos on my channel are also familiar with Larkin Rose. And Larkin is a friend of mine and someone I really look up to in terms of really thinking through moral philosophy and being principled and putting those principles above loyalty to a buddy or whatever. Like if I say something wrong, if I say something philosophically wrong, he'll call me out. And I'm sure that if he says something wrong, he would want me to call him out. And there's a lot of cliquishness that goes on. And well, my side said this and your side said that. And there's just a lot of that stuff going on. And this clip kind of touches on that some. And essentially the reason I'm sharing this is if you haven't already subscribed to Larkin, watch the full clip. I'll put a link down below. Also, I'll put a link to his book down below, The Most Dangerous Superstition. Make sure you check him out and subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of great stuff.
Here's a post I happened to make over 6 years ago about this concept, and it's still absolutely true. Quote, "In my not at all humble opinion, a decent person's first loyalty should always be to the truth. Don't compromise it, betray it, sell it out, spin it, or distort it to get along with the world around you or to fit in anywhere. If you have to lie about something fundamental in order to be friends with someone or to have some organization or movement not fall apart, then those people and movements aren't worth it. Choose the truth. No relationship, no mission is worth selling your soul for. If your mission requires you to omit pieces of the truth or to spin or censor what you believe in, then your mission is already going in the wrong damn direction. Because you can bet your soul, if you still have one, that the control freaks and tyrants of the world are doing everything they can think of, using fear, threats, intimidation, bribery, peer pressure, fake public opinion, slander, etc., to make you not tell the truth. If you can't say what you really believe, even if the whole world is against you, then you already lost." End quote. So that was years ago. Now, this obviously applies to stupid little movement drama, and it applies to the freedom movement in general, which is always like forming little alliances and cliques and like friggin' high school drama, playing stupid little games with loyalty and making and breaking fake-ass friendships, all of which just warps people into not all the way saying what they think. And as I've said a million times, that's why I don't do formal alliances with any organization or any event. I'll say what I think. And if some organization or event says, "Hey, do you want to come say what you think over here?" Go, "Okay." If you know what I'm going to say, more or less, and you're okay with me saying that, yep, I'll come say it if I feel enough in line with what you're doing right now. But if you think you can buy my alliance or my silence or some spin or a slightly different opinion, well then, in the immortal words of King Richard IV from the Blackadder, get stuffed. But now for the part that really matters, which is this principle on a global scale. Right now, you have a narcissistic psychopath and war criminal openly ordering outright murder as the current puppet in chief for the ruling class. So where are the conservatives or constitutionalists condemning the evil, fascist, warmongering, authoritarian crap openly being pushed by Mango Mussolini on a daily basis? Some conservatives are speaking out against that, which is nice. Took a while, but okay. But why are so many of them still either making excuses for it or cheering for it, or at least just not really saying anything about it, not publicly criticizing it? You know they'd be frothing at the mouth and screaming bloody murder if a Democrat was doing any of these things. Why are so many Republicans not condemning this blatant and profound evil? This in the form of unlimited centralized authoritarian political power. Isn't that what they used to criticize? Why aren't they all criticizing it? Because they have the same view of loyalty that Tom Woods does. where your friends and your allies and your political candidate or your party should matter to you more than morality or the truth, where you should hesitate to condemn people who you view as on your side, even when they say or do evil shit, and where remaining silent in the face of outright evil is better than condemning it if your friends are the ones doing it. So right now you can see the overt police thuggery and warmongering that Trump is getting away with, precisely because many who view him as being on their team don't have the balls to condemn or oppose it. By the way, that's why the Trump puppet was brought into this stupid puppet show, to push things that would have been condemned and resisted if a Democrat did it. Now, in contrast, when Tom Woods and his friend Dave Smith actively helped to put this particular piece of murderous shit into that position, from which he's now pushing totalitarianism and contributing to the suffering of countless real people in the real world, I pointed out how destructive, unprincipled, and downright immoral it was for them to do that, for them to help push that. It's also really damn ironic that after helping to promote Jones Plantation, Tom Woods then turned around and did the equivalent of encouraging people to vote for Mr. Jones. Good grief. Yeah, so friend or no friend, if you help to enable evil, I'm going to condemn you for it, and I'm going to do it publicly. Especially if you advocated it publicly, I'm going to condemn you publicly. That's how an exchange of ideas work. And anyone who wouldn't condemn something they view as evil is kind of a spineless, unprincipled, ass-kissing coward. Don't be like that. And if a friend of mine actually thought I was enabling evil, I hope they would criticize me for it. I actually like having disagreements and debates with the smartest people I know, including friends of mine. As a funny example, I slightly got my hopes up when I saw that James Corbett released a video called Why I Talk About Agorism, which was obviously in response to my video about why I don't talk about agorism. And the super short version of what I said is, to me, voluntaryism is the philosophy, and agorism is just sort of a description of one approach to undermine the power of the state. And James made this video. To some degree, it was semantics, but after watching his, I'll put the link to his below. You should, his article. He's right. Like, I was basically just sort of talking as if the actions you propose don't really count as part of the philosophy, but yeah, they do. And he basically pointed out that, yeah, they do, and they do. So I was hoping for a fun debate, but my response to him is, yeah, you're right. So the way I should have said it is more like if somebody is a voluntarist, to me it's secondarily important what particular methods or approach they use to try to do something about an agorism of having free market trading outside the reach of the state is, has the potential to be really dang powerful, especially the more people do it, the more powerful it is. But yeah, to say that isn't part of a philosophy was sort of dumb, and James politely corrected me, and he was right. So, so I don't have a rebuttal for him because he was right. I mean, like I said, and like he said, it's to some degree it was just semantics, but the part that was a disagreement, I think he was actually right. I respect the hell out of James, and I'm glad he made a public video kind of sort of disagreeing with me. Yeah, not that much, but a little bit, in response to my public video saying stuff. And I hugely respect James, among others, precisely because I know he's not the type to hold back on what he truly believes about right and wrong, to hold back in the name of friendship or alliances or weird loyalties, because the truth should always come first.